Welcome to another episode of Blueberry Sewing. And today bring to you the Tiffany top. And I named this top after Tiffany because of the first draft I did. So cute. This is the front of Tiffany and you will need to cut one. And you will need to close this up and it will form a dart. This is what your result should look like after closing all the darts. For the back of the piece, you will need to cut 2 pieces. One dart here and then another dart here. And this is how all the darts should look like after it's all closed. This is the front facing. This is the back facing, and you will need to cut 2 pieces of this. Cut 2 pieces of the bow strap and 2 interface of the bow strap, and then 1 knot and 1 interface of the knot. Iron them down. I put some weight on top of the fabric to press it and cool it down. This is how it should look like after you sew down the shoulder seam and the side seam. In this step, we are attaching the facing to the front body, and we are only attaching the cutout part in the front. We started with pinning the shoulder seam and the side seam together so it doesn't move. I reinforce the marks for the cutout. Then I pin the cutout in place. Sew it together. Roll the excess fabric in your hand so you will gain more control. Now we're going to trim the cutout, and we need to cut little triangles at the corner of the cutout. After cleaning up the corner, I did a understitch. And now we are closing the neckline, and if you pin the shoulder seam, it will keep everything in place. I started from the center back. And now we are doing the armhole. This armhole is a sleeveless armhole and it also have understitch. This is the result. It's very neat and very nice and very clean. Comparing to the other side, find the shoulder seam and fold the seam in. Go in with your hands from the middle and pinch the fold seam edge. Then turn the clothes over to the reverse side. You can't let go of the pinched place. I use a pin to secure it and it will be able to tell me where to start. Adjust the exposed seam position so you will be able to sew better. Start sewing. Sew while pulling side seams to line. If your result look like this, don't worry, there's still one more step missing, which is to clean off the seam allowance and clip any corners. Result should look like this, and if you press it, it's going to lay more nicely. Now we are closing the back seam, and if you are working with a non-stretch fabric, I would recommend doing zipper, but since mine is like a jersey knit, so I just end up closing up the back seam. Now we are doing the strap. You will need to fold it and stitch it. Then you are going to pull it inside out. And do the same for the bow knot. After getting them all pressed, the sequel will be one strap and then one folded strap and then the bow knot. And now you're just stitching everything in place and put it at the center front of the Tiffany top, and this is how the bow is made. Overall, I will give this pattern an 8 out of 10 because it's harder to do a sleeveless top because of the armhole, and especially if you can get it understitched, I would say thumbs up to you.